The health department has identified key hospitals that will serve as primary healthcare centers in Metro Manila should the big one happen. In the northern quadrant, which includes Caloocan, Quezon City, Valenzuela, San Juan, and Mandaluyong, the Lung Center, National Kidney and Transplant Institute, East Avenue Medical Center, and Philippine Heart Center were named as lead facilities. They will be supported by the Philippine Children's Medical Center, Philippine Orthopedic Center, and Dr. Jose N. Rodriguez Memorial Hospital and Sanitario. The Eastern Quadrant, covering Marikina and Pasig, will rely on the Amang Rodriguez Memorial Medical Center and Rizal Medical Center. As for the Western Quadrant, which includes Manila, Malabon, and Navotas, the Tondo Medical Center will serve as the main facility, supported by Jose R. Reyes Memorial Medical Center, San Lazaro Hospital, and the National Center for Mental Health. For the Southern Quadrant, encompassing Las Piñas, Makati, Muntinlupa, Parañaque, Taguig, Pateros, and Pasay, the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine and Las Piñas General Hospital and Satellite Trauma Center have been designated to lead the response.
Now joining us is Dr. Jose De Grano, President of the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines. Doc, thank you for joining us here on our program.
Good morning, Angela and Angelo, at sa ating pong makikinig. Opo.
Yan, Doc, based sa kasi initial quadrants na inassign nila long time ago, in case the big one happens, ito nagkaroon na nga ng listahan po ng mga hospitals involved per quadrant. Ano po ang tingin nyo dito? Is it sufficient?
Of course, those are lahat nakita naman natin, those are government facilities, So actually ang mga private facilities naman po, we are also ready to augment kung ano man yung kailangan ng ating mga government facilities.
So that's what I wanted to ask nga, Doc, no, yung mga private hospitals, will you play yung role nyo, no, in case the big one happens, God forbid, sana wala mangyari, but if it does, naka-divide din po ba kayo yung mga grupo nyo per quadrant?
Meron po kami kasing mga members namin, siyempre, per yan. Sa Manila po, meron naman pong for every quadrant din yan. Although hindi identified. Yun nga lang po, minsan, tataka kami during the planning stage, halos hindi kami sinasama sa planning, But then pagka nagkaroon na ng problema, bigla nilang kaming sasabihan, you have to to accept our spillovers, etc. And those things, sana naman during the planning pa lang kasama na kami. Although we are ready.
That's true.
Before last question, I'd like to ask Doc, in case the big one happens, kasi madami nagtatanong, people are preparing already, If I want to go straight to a private hospital, pwede po ba yon na hindi na ako didiretso sa mga lead hospitals assigned per quadrant?
Pwede naman po. Actually, ang mga private hospitals po, continuous naman ang aming every quarter talaga, meron kaming drills niyan, as mandated by the Department of Health at saka Bureau of Fire. At kami po ay laging handa on anything na magkaroon halimbawa ng mga earthquake na ganyan.
Doc, I was wondering po if ang PHAPI po ay nagmo-monitor din po ng mga hospitals natin, mga private hospitals, when it comes to earthquake resilient structures.
Yes, pinapacheck din po namin. Katulad po nung nangyari dito sa atin sa Cebu, ayos naman po yung ating mga members doon, especially malalaking hospitals sa Cebu. And sila po ang nag-cater din doon sa mga victims na galing sa northern part of Cebu.
Yun nga po, kasi especially also, of course, in the whole of our country, we need to know kung kailangan po ma-update, di ba, yung structure ng mga ospital na ito, if may mga backup po sila for communication, for water and power supplies.
Normally po, lagi yung especially sa mas mahigpit po kasi usually ang mga private hospitals on those things, Unang-una, lagi rin kami chinecheck not only the local government units, but Department of Health, Bureau of Fire Protection, ganyan, building, yung mga building codes ng ating LGUs. At yun po ay lagi namang ina-update natin so that most of our hospitals talaga are ready kung sakali man
Just in
magkaroon ng
case.
ganyan.
Oh, kasi Doc, parang may nabanggit din na this could knock, if the big one does happen daw, it could knock out yung power utilities for a
Yes.
long period of time. So ang agam-agam po daw ng iba, paano po yung mga critical care patients natin? Assuming po na months or weeks on end walang kuryente, kaya po ba ng backup?
Most of our hospitals ay meron po laging ano yan, backup na genset, ano? Kasi na requirement na rin po nila yan, especially for yung mga ICUs, etc. at saka emergency rooms, ano po. Ang iba nga pong malalaking hospitals pa, meron pa kaming mga solar equipments, ano? Ibig sabihin in cases of ganyan na magkaroon ng power outages, nasusupport naman kami ng solar system. Yes.
Okay. Alright, so what specific training or drills po ba dapat yung mga ginagawa ng mga hospitals and medical workers po to make sure na we are prepared po no in case mangyari itong the big one?
These are conducted po usually ng mga Bureau of Fire Protection, also the Philippine National Red Cross. At ginagawa po nila yan. And then nagdi-drill kami. Yun nga, every quarter po yan. Talagang walang palya po yan. Talagang tinatry namin na simulate na magkaroon na merong gano'n, na merong earthquake. And then pinapalabas namin halos lahat ng mga tao sa hospital.
Yeah, Doc, maiba lang po ako ng konti na since you're here na rin, I'd like to take the opportunity to ask you about yung influenza-like illnesses na on the rise. No? Well, sinasabi ng DOH, mas mataas pa rin daw ang cases last year, pero you could see na several schools have shut down to clean up their ranks. No? Sabi nila, baka hindi daw nag-reflect ng tunay na number or illnesses. Ano po ang balita nyo dito, Doc?
Actually, talaga namang may increase, especially sa ating mga private hospitals. Although, consultations lang po usually, unless medyo mga bata na, pedia patients and elderly, usually hindi po nagpapa-admit ang mga yan, because viral infections naman po yan, self-limiting, so yung iba umuuwi, Pero talagang there is an increase of at least around 5 to 10% po ng mga dati for the past month ng cases po ng mga viral diseases.
Doc, gusto ko lang i-clarify, no? Kasi madaming umiikot sa online na, may influenza ako, pero parang feeling ng iba, pareho ang influenza sa influenza-like illness, which is totally different. No? Anong klaseng specific illnesses pag sinasabi mong ILI? Ano po talaga yon?
Kasi po halos pare-pareho ang symptoms, Kahit po yan flu, kahit nga minsan nag-umpisa ng dengue, kahit leptospirosis, halos pare-pareho po ang initial symptoms.
So pati ang dengue po, ILI?
Po.
Okay.
Yeah. Madidetermine lang po natin na flu talaga yan kung meron tayong documentation na na flu. Ayun po. Hindi po natin usually ginagawa, Kasi medyo pricey din po yung laboratory na pang-detect niyan.
Okay.
Ako, Doc, I wanna go back dun sa ating unang topic kanina regarding the preparation po natin sa the big one if ever ito po ay mangyari. Paano po ba tayo nakikipag-coordinate with, of course, DOH, local government when it comes po sa disaster response, and of course, yung mga patients transfers?
Lagi pong connected kami with them, Although, meron naman po silang sinasabi sa amin, usually nagkakaroon kami ng mga Zoom meetings, etc. for those things, At connected kami with the CHD, yung kanilang parang provincial or regional offices. And then, yun po, talagang ina-advise na nila kami what to do in cases of those things. Of course, in-expect namin na lahat halos ng tao initially pupunta muna sa mga government facilities, but we are always ready to accommodate kung ano man ang galing sa kanila.
But are there any challenges that PHAPI is now facing when it comes to preparing yung mga ganito pong klaseng disaster? Wala naman.
Well, siguro po yung ibang smaller hospitals, baka they cannot provide halimbawa yung kanilang mga emergency mga generator sets, etc. No? But the bigger hospitals usually are prepared to deal with yung po mga ganyang klase ng ng situation.
But so tayo wanted to ask Doc also about yung coordination ng mga grupo ng sa hospital, ng mga private hospitals, no, na in case na magkaroon ng emergency nga in itong malawakan disaster that we're trying to avoid or prepare for, paano po ang coordination between the private hospitals with regards to emergency response? Kasi I understand na they're trying to give tiers daw ang yung DOH, so they're trying to give tiers sa mga hospital para coordinated properly daw ang pagpasa ng mga patients or mga kailangan i-rescue to specific hospitals for specific cases.
Tama po yun. Pero yun nga po, if you will note, karamihan po doon sa binanggit nila, doon sa mga quadrants na yan, ay government facilities.
Yes, oo nga.
Pero yung pong sa areas na yan, kung sakali man, na nandun sila sa quadrant na yan, yung aming private hospital members, they are ready po na to accommodate kung ano man yun na mag-spill over sa kanila.
I guess we would like to ask for your message to the public regarding, yung hospital preparedness and community coordination in the event like this po.
Yun nga po, of course, the government is ready, and of course, we are also ready, yung mga private hospitals, to augment kung ano man ang kailangan po ng ating government. Kasi talaga pong pag ganyan, lahat naman po tayo usually ay apektado, no? And so, the private hospitals po are coordinating very well with the Department of Health and the local government units para po ma-sustain po natin yung itong ganyang mga situation. Opo.
Alright, with that, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Dr. Jose De Grano, President of the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angela and Angelo.